run his gums about some shit that probably don't even matter. Let's talk about Omar Barada coming out and saying he backs Ten Hag. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Are Ten Hag's days numbered?
Boy,
yeah, they are.
Boy,
But Corey, you're Ten Hag in.
yeah.
But why? Wait, hold on a second. This is what I'm saying. Again, it's the context thing because it's crazy. You say things, and you know there's context to it, but you just leave that little window of opportunity for people to think random things. It's crazy. Why don't you just say exactly what was said?
So what's the context? You tell me.
He wasn't given a proper chance.
You got real issues, Ethan. The context was, the context was that I'm Ten Hag in because INEOS is Ten Hag in. I'm with INEOS.
Are you Ten Hag INEOS?
If they decide to sack him, then albeit there's reasons behind it. There's reasons why they've done that. I'm with the board.
So you don't think
I made the point to say that, I'll be honest, I said the point that INEOS giving this guy an extra year, they bottled it. Because I stand by it. I think Man United's window is still a good window. Player-wise, on paper, I think most man would take Mazraoui for the loan, which United got him for. I think Xerxes would make at least minimum a good squad player for any top 6 team. And if he could play his way into maybe the main striker, you don't know. But Xerxes could get into a few of the top 6 teams in the squad, 100%, yeah. And he didn't cost much either. De Ligt, I think, despite Man United getting pumped, I think De Ligt actually had a decent game for the first 60 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He looked sharp on the ball. He looked like he still looked quite quick, quite fit, decent on the ball. And then Lenny Euro, or Lend Me Euros is what they're calling him. He's got a lot of promise, and his trajectory is looking at Real Madrid. So on paper, and Ugarte is coming as well. So on paper, there's actually like this man has, you man have done the whole 200 mil thing again, right under our noses. But
that's so what they said they was going to do, though, isn't it? They said they was going to do that.
Yes,
they said they
but
were
by giving it again. But again, if I have someone who's bad with money, why am I going to give him the tools?
But how can you say he's bad with money because
he's bad with players?
That is under the old regime. You could say that could be said. People could sit around and say, "Oh, this was bought." For instance, Anthony. Oh, he wanted Anthony at the start of the window. United took long to get him, hence why we paid more. That's not on Ten Hag.
Man said, "Lend me euros."
Corey, but getting the best out of Anthony was on Ten Hag.
Getting the best out of him is, but
yes,
he
doesn't play him. He doesn't play him
on the pitch. That's something. That's something that they've probably considered as well. They've considered,
Corey, regardless of the regime, Ten Hag is not fit to manage Manchester United. He's not. He's not fit to manage Manchester United.
Hold on a second. INEOS clearly think he is. Hence why.
Why do you keep talking about INEOS?
That's not.
You're not part of INEOS.
They only offered him 1 year.
I'm asking, Corey. Whenever we're asking for your opinion, so how do you feel? Yes, you understand. INEOS have their decisions and this and that. How do you feel?
I think he is. I think he is good enough to manage Manchester United.
You think he's good enough?
Yes, because INEOS do.
No,
because INEOS do. Because INEOS do. That's my reason. I'm with whatever INEOS.
So if INEOS think, I don't know, Joe Blogs round the corners fit for Man United, you believe it too. You're just a sheep, basically.
Yep, I am. In this case, I am.
Bro,
in this case,
we just call Corey Bar Black Sheep. We just give him some wool, stick 2 ears on him, Bar Black Sheep, fam. No, that's you, bro. That's you. I asked for your opinion, and you said you're just blindly following your owner.
Call me INEOS. Call me that.
Yeah,
because I'm with whatever they're on.
Yeah, man.
I told you from the beginning.
They haven't proven themselves for you to say that, though.
Right, but I was told, just like back in the day when other people got new things, stadiums, new CEOs, whatever. They've came in and they've said this. They've said that we're going to do this. They've said that they're gonna bring in these people. They're gonna change the ethos of the club. How can I not trust it? I'm not saying that it's gonna go literally from shit to glory straight away. Of course it's not. But I'm with what they're on. So if that's keeping them on for another season, then so be it. But as I said, they have 3 years to show me something. I'm not even telling you 3 years get me a Premier League. I'm saying 3 years to show drastic changes within the club. And if that's keeping Ten Hag for another season, then so be it.
All right, man. Listen, big up Nicky J8, J880. He says, "Nah, Corey, you're bugging. Eric Ten Hag is a scrub." Big up for the super chat. Listen, to me, it seems like a little bit of copium or a lot of copium. You can't sit and watch the football you've watched for the past 2 years and look at that and go, well, you know what? That's the board's fault. And under a new board, we might see a new Ten Hag. This man is a narcissist. He's tactically inept. He relies on certain players, not on certain tactics. And when he makes changes,
heavily.
I was being nice
on player ability.
I was just being nice.
Let's cut the niceties. Word to Corey. Well, no, word to him. He's the second best team, but behind City because they've won 2 trophies.
It's
the man's
crazy.
arrogance, no bounds.
As I said, I always say this, like what Lowski said. How can you be rude and dead blood? It's disrespectful to just exist and be rude and dead. Genuinely, because this man is a narcissist and he's tactically outclassed by so many managers. And you'd think with all this chat and with these new changes and these new signings that you'd at least go and get 6 points out of 9 in your first 3 games. You'd at least get off to a half decent start. You'd at least see a massive change in style of play. But they can't even give the fans that. Instead, you've got your biggest rivals doing olays in the 60th minute. A manager that you got your
word to Neville, young boy coming through the ranks in Rashford, young boy coming through the ranks. She's 27 next month, by the way. Yeah, 27.
You're nasty, Casey. You're nasty. You're nasty.
Yeah, so you got players like him not having a shot. Yeah, you got man like him not having a shot.
In 3 games.
Man ain't had a shot, Montel, in 3 games. Montel, I could do better. I could do better.
And Rashford, and the fact that Rashford hasn't had a shot in 3 games, cool. We could even focus on that. But I think, again, low-hanging fruit. Again, no McTominay, no Mount, no Maguire. Yeah. And when we talk about these things and these tactics, like you'd at least want to see the game not become a basketball game and watch United maybe try and control the game for one. There's a slight echo somewhere. But what I've come to understand is that you man are just the washed up older from the ends. I said it earlier today. You man are the washed up older from the ends. You're still trying to do up Lord of the Mics and you're 38. Go get a good credit score, settle down and have a family, bro. Get a fucking job. Because at this point,
and there's nothing wrong with that, Montel. There ain't nothing wrong with
that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're rolling with your flicky at 41.
Put the mic down, man.
Rolling around with flicky at 41.
Put the mic down.
Man's still trying to sell mixtapes on Oxford Street, bro.
I don't want to buy your mixtape, bro.
Bro, I don't want to buy your mixtape.
The man said you're rolling with a flicky at 41.
At 41, bro. Then the youngers only listen to you because they don't want to get robbed.
I know. It is rough, man.
Do you get it?
We say, Montel, he still wears the Just Do It bag.
Just do it, bro. Just do it, flicky and a Shambhala. Starter pack. You know what I'm saying? Man's trying to sell an 8 ball when he's 35.
Is that how you guys will see
8 balls at 35, blood.
That's how you guys will see it.
2 in a queue, fam. 2 in a queue for what? Get a job. Get a job. Start a family.
That's a 2 in the queue.
What's your credit score? In fact, I know what your credit score is because you owe the Premier League goals. I know you got a bad credit score.
I said, what's your credit score? I know
when you're in overdraft, you get fined. You know what happens when you say
man said you're in overdraft.
Man still trying to buy 10 bags. It's crazy, man.
Look, it's a free bag for a score.
The situation is just getting worse.
The string JD bag. Remember the string JD bag? Remember the string JD bag?
Said string JD.
Oh, safe.
Fuck off. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. You man, honestly, you man actually do nothing for the block no more, man. You don't do nothing for Manchester, fam. It's all City now. You don't do nothing for Manchester. And until you get rid of that bum that's in charge, nothing's changing. Casemiro is looking so done out here. Kobby Mainoo, who for me is so teched off this planet, it's a joke, is being made to drown. He's drowning.
See that?
He's the only player I'd take from United.
He's drowning, bro. He's drowning, bro. And it's only a matter of time before he looks shit. Someone of his talent, his quality.
Off the ball, though, he does look a bit shaky. I can't.
Off the ball, but we know off the ball, Mainoo's a snail. We know off the ball.
And I'm not being funny, but that stuff needs to be coached, especially from a young player. The discipline,
bro. Off the ball, he can just surround him with legs. You can do that with signing.
No, but he's been given too much. He's been given too much responsibility at 19, bro. He's basically told to run the midfield, like be the main guy, be the glue in the midfield at 19, bro. You get it. So when he goes into, like we say, a team, and this is team that is cohesive, he'll be fine.
Because they're playing.
You won't have to do all of that.
They're playing 3-1-6. 3-1-6. As I said, I played Ipswich, Brentford, and United, and I promise you, Man United were the easiest game, and it should never be that way. Should never be that way.
Oh, in my opinion, you guys are saying all this, but we literally brought in a midfielder. We brought in a midfielder. Clearly, last season, that midfield in Kobby, Casemiro, and Bruno didn't work. So we brought in a midfielder, albeit he should have been in earlier. But what I'm saying is, we've brought in a midfielder to lessen the load of Kobby. Kobby should have never had to play that role in doing defense and attack and running the midfield.
Yeah, but you're the one sitting here backing the manager.
You never have done that.
You back the manager.
No, hold on a second. Yeah, and this is where I do back the manager, because he's decided to bring him in also so it can lessen the load on the midfield, so the midfield's better. That is why I'm judging, but at the same time, I'm all waiting because he hasn't used those signings yet. How can I want a guy out when he hasn't even got the midfielder that he wants? He hasn't even used him. How can I want him?
He's got enough. He's had enough things that he could want or need.
Of course, he's had enough things.
So what are we talking about?
INEOS has decided that he is the best thing. Probably,
Corey,
if we're
what if Ugarte gets treated like Anthony did?
No, Ugate's not coming in for the next 3 weeks. So what are we doing here?
No, we don't know that.
I hate to burst your bubble, man. But Ten Hag himself.
Bro, the whole Ugarte signing
is up to his fitness. He said it's up to his fitness, because then at the same time, other people have said that his fitness has looked good. So we don't exactly know. We'll see once the game week starts. Yeah, but at the same time, he hasn't used that midfielder. Now, if we're being honest, if there was a plethora of managers out there that United saw as a good candidate to manage Man United, maybe Ten Hag would have left, but they didn't. They didn't think De Zerbi was the one. They didn't think Tuchel and whoever else that was available. They didn't find those people good enough to manage Manchester United.
Flick.
Yeah, they didn't find that he was best.
4-0 in Barcelona, top of the league.
Okay, but we don't play Barcelona away. Man United have never played Barcelona away. That's
the whole point of bringing in a new manager and a new identity.
No, but I never want to see us play Barcelona's way. I never want to see it. I don't want to play like Barcelona. I'll say this and I'll say it again. I don't want to play like Barcelona. I don't want to play like Pep. I don't want to play like any of those managers.
Barcelona don't exactly play like Pep, bro.
I'm not saying they exactly play like Pep, but it's more of a passing game with them. They don't like using their wingers isn't really an option.
Bro, Rafinha just scored a hat-trick.
Rafinha scored a hat-trick, yes. Okay,
just
that's
patterns of play. That's what you're lacking.
But has Rafinha been this amazing talent at Barcelona? Of course, there's patterns of play, but you could also find patterns of play with a different manager, and they use their flanks more.
Corey, I feel like United are so shit right now that you're just speaking out your ass, fam.
I'm not, bro.
You just said you don't want to play like Barcelona, and you're talking about Ugarte being the savior of Manchester United when you've been given enough.
Who said that? Who said that? I said to you that he hasn't played. How can you sack a manager when he hasn't used the players he wants? This is what we were talking about with the fair chance. This is what we were talking about.
Well,
So
Corey,
how can
bought
I
Anthony
now,
and doesn't
how can I
use
now
him.
game week 3? How can I now game week 3? Yeah, I can't lie. We got smashed by Liverpool, but how can we now game week 3 say, we don't want you? Who would we go and get?
No, we're not saying he needs to be sacked right now. Personally, I think he should be sacked. Don't get me wrong. He's going to get at least 10 games or, there's going to be an amount of time before he gets sacked. But, bro, with Ten Hag, he is repeatedly showing after being backed that he is not equipped for the job. He's not equipped for the job.
Who would you go and get to manage Manchester United? Who would you go and get?
Well,
That's
during the
not
summer,
your
it would have been a Tuchel flick.
Graham
I genuinely
Potter.
think even... Huh?
Graham
De Zerbi, Tuchel, and Flick. Those are 3 managers light years ahead of Tuchel. Light years ahead of.
No, but Montel, at the end of the day, it's not even your job, bro. This is for the people that get paid P's to do. Yeah, the main thing that Corey needs to look at, yeah, is that Erik ten Hag has had a lot of players and has kept a lot of players and played a lot of players that he trusts. So yes, he hasn't bought every single player that plays right now, but he has put his faith into the likes of a Marcus Rashford. He's put his faith into Casemiro at the time. Maybe now it's wearing thin, but he puts his faith into these players, bro. Mason Mount, who is yet to perform. Bruno Fernandes, who, bro, we'll talk about the contract curse soon, but boy, oh boy, he's not looking great. All of these other players, bro. So we're not going to sit here and say, he hasn't had this player, he hasn't had that player. You're talking about 1 or 2 players. That for me, if you can't play your style of football because of 1 or 2 players, then what's the point? What is the point, bro? Because how many times in the season are those 1 and 2 players not going to be in your team? And I'm hearing excuses, Ugarte is the reason why. This guy's the reason why. That guy's the reason why. He hasn't got this player. He hasn't got that player.
I'm not saying that because at the end of the day, if you see that they bring in these players and you still can't play it, then there's a legitimate reason as to why we've backed him. You've literally ticked off all your boxes. You've backed him. You've given the players that he wanted. You've given him a better environment. You've constantly told him that you're with him. And if he can't perform, then literally he has to be sacked. But at this moment in time, I can't sit there and tick off all the stuff I've done. You can't do that because he hasn't played with the players that he wants.
But you were saying this last season, though, Corey. I don't get it. I get your point, but you were saying when Martinez is back, he's integral to the way
this guy's back. When that guy's back, it's like the perfect scenario. That never happens, bro.
Martinez and Varane.
Corey, yeah. With that being said, yeah, you saw Ange, yeah. I'm gonna say in it, Chelsea, yeah, at home, bro. We still, even though we had excess amount of players out, we still imposed our style of play, regardless.
And I get that. I get that. But if we're being honest, yeah, in my personal opinion, yeah, you saw Varane and Martinez come back for 1 game. They came back for 1 game.
Which game you talking?
Do you know what game that was?
When?
That was the FA Cup final. They came back for 1 game.
Corey.
They came back for 1 game.
These men were drunk.
They came back for 1 game. That's what happened. They came back for 1 game.
You're trapped.
Yeah, you
don't like it, but that's the truth.
I man them. Say INEOS. Say INEOS.
So Corey, what about all the other games Lissandro played in and wasn't good in? So you're basically telling me Lissandro needs Varane to hold his hand to have a good performance.
No one said that, bro.
So then what is it then? He was back for multiple games.
Varane is the best thing since sliced bread. Who's sitting there saying that?
Well, I'm not talking. Corey, you're talking about who's sitting there saying that. You're talking about that partnership
to be like Van Dijk. You're expecting Martinez to be like Van Dijk.
Partnership.
Whatever defense he's got, he can play. He's not Van Dijk.
So who is he then? Because you said he's the butcher. You said he's this. You said he's that. What is he,
hold on a second. You sit there and call El Neni Pyramid Pirlo.
Bro, now you're talking about El Neni, fam.
Yeah, good is he? That's what I'm saying. So you sit there and you're making names. You also make names for the guy as well, for your people.
Corey,
So
this guy, you bought in. You told me when this guy comes back, everything's great, everything's sweet. I'm yet to see a top tier performance from the guy. Yes, he had one game with Varane, and that's what you're mentioning. You're glorifying that. There's about 50 games in the season, bro. Where is he for the other 49? I don't understand, bro. Don't be champion in one cup game, yeah, one cup final. Furthermore, than that. Yes, I'm talking about Martinez, bro.
Martinez
Where was he?
Barely involved last season. What are you talking about?
Where was he, bro?
Martinez
Where was he? But he came back and stunk. He came back and stunk.
He came back and got injured. What are you talking about? He came back and got injured.
Right, let me just get the stats.
Even so, listen, let's get.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird, bro. Stop saying that if you don't know anything.
Before you guys continue to go back and forth. Big up Kelly. He says he's not Ten Hag in, he's INEOS in. You know what I'm saying?
I'm INEOS in.
Wait,
I am.
You're not anyway.
What INEOS?
Anyway, man. Guys, there's 765 people in the house, man. Big up the rants raid. Big up the rants. Pause. Don't beg, it's perfect, man. Big up the rants raid.
INEOS in this.
Anyway, big up the rants raid, man. There's 754 people in the house right now, and we're still sitting on 126 likes. So make sure if you haven't liked the video already to please smash that like button. The aim to get is actually 250, but it should actually be around 3 bills now. So make sure you lot are smashing that like button ASAP. It's the thumbs up button below. So let's get that done and subscribe, man. We're 25 subscribers off of 11.8. So let's make that happen, man. We're closing in on 12,000 subscribers, man. Big BSB editage people. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we won't spend too much longer on this topic. How long do you give Eric Ten Hag, Corey, this season if this form continues? How long do you give him?
What, until INEOS sack him? Well,
Corey,
whenever INEOS decide, I decide I'm with it.
Bro.
If I'm being honest, if you want my personal,
your personal opinion. How long?
So you're basically saying if I was INEOS,
yeah.
If I was INEOS, and it was constant.
Like say if you're like, I don't know, if you play 10 games and you've lost like 5 of them,
you'll get, bro. If you lost like 5 of them, well. Yeah, by the time he's lost 5,
he's lost 2 and 3, innit? He's lost 2 and 3.
Yeah, by the time he's lost 5, it's sacking. Like the next game we have, I don't know if you guys know, but we got what, Southampton, Crystal Palace, then Tottenham. Yeah. So
don't forget you have Barnsley in between. Barnsley.
Oh, we have Barnsley in between, and I think we've got Europa League as well. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. You definitely do.
Yeah, don't slip up there either.
So for me, you have to win the Europa and Carabao. That's a guarantee, and Southampton. Those 3 are a guarantee. Now, for me, because of how badly you started, you have to go and beat Crystal Palace. And is Tottenham home or away?
You tell us, bro.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's home or away. But if Tottenham's at home, you have to beat Tottenham too.
Mm.
Well, it's
so fair enough.
Or it's at home, yeah.
Fair enough.
You're home or my home.
We just want to. We.
Oh yeah. So literally, you have to go. You have to go and beat Tottenham too.
Right.
You have to win all those games. So what? The next 5 games, you have to win.
Obviously, so far, always saying is that right now it don't look good in it. Like, and that game. And I said you're sitting on 3 points out of a possible 9. Like you already have ground to catch up on when you're not a consistent team already.
Exactly.
Like, the least you could have done was get ahead while you was at it and see how long you could last there for. You know what I'm saying? Say that again?
We're giving them a head start. Who knows?
Yeah, you make me sick, mate.